Welcome back, guys. This is Shrikant. Today I'm going to show you how to rename the object in a SQL Server. So there are a multiple way we can do that, but I'm going to show you the simplest and easiest way. So the question is, why do I need to think about renaming the object first of all? That is very important, right? So what happened. For example, I'm having a table. So table is what? Table is object. I'm having a view. View is what? Object, right? So like wait, for example, I have trigger. Trigger is what? Trigger is object. So these are the different things which we call as object in a SQL Server. The database, then object, all the concept you guys already know about it. Okay, fine. So we have a different object. Now I created one table. Its name is, let's say, my table underscore cs. This is the name of my table, my table cs, right? So this is the table which I'm using for my production environment, and it went live. So after few days, customer is not happy with this name, and he is requesting to rename this table in such a way that they have different naming convention. So they are going live with a different naming convention, and they are proposing, they want to rename the object name with some prefix like my company or company name. Let's say xyz is company name, so they want to start every table object with triple x underscore. This is just for understanding. So this is their requirement. So what we'll do in that case, we know that we can rename the object, so our purpose will be solved. This is a one option. So you can rename the table, you can rename the column, you can rename any object in a SQL Server. Okay, so I'm going to show you simplest thing. My requirement is I'm having one table, and I in that table there is a column, and I want to replace the name of column from one name to another name. So how could I do that? So let's go into any table. Say, let's say I'm going to this table called as a suppliers. Okay, just query and just understand. Let's increase the font and just query what do we have in this table. So when I select this query and I get the data, I can understand there are multiple columns in the query. So I would say this is a supplier ID, company name, contact title, address, city name, right? There are multiple columns here. So my requirement is I want to rename city underscore name to the name. So this is my first requirement. So what are we going to do? We are going to rename the column in a table. So there is a store procedure, and what is the store procedure name? The store procedure name is sp rename. So this is the store procedure which we are going to use. Okay, here we need to give a proper syntax or a proper identification. So city underscore name would be present in multiple tables, so we need to distinguish that what's our table name. So I'm saying table name is suppliers, right? Suppliers. Okay, and then I want to rename city underscore name to what? To a new column called as the city. This is my requirement. So what are we going to do? We are going to rename the column name from city underscore name to city. Okay, this is my requirement. Now let's do that. So to demonstrate this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run the free query here. Basically two query with one execution. So this is the script I'm going to run. So just select this and just run. What will happen in this case, I will show you. So first we'll see what was there in the table, then we'll see after updation what happened with that table. Okay, you will observe here the same query we do have in a two places. Okay, let's execute it. Now when I execute this query, what will I get? Let's check it out. Oh, we don't get any error. That's fine. That's a good thing we did. So previously, if I am trying to understand, here is a column called as a city underscore name, which is after address, right? So this is an address, and this is a new column. So new column in the table called as a suppliers is a CT, and the old column in the table suppliers is CT underscore name. So what does that mean? It means that our experiment is succeed, and we are happy that this is the simplest way we can rename the column name. Now I'm going to show you how to rename the table name. So it's very simple. So I want to rename the table name. So this is my table name, suppliers. I'm going to rename like this. I'm going to rename it like a supplier from suppliers. Okay, make it as capital. Any name you can give, just select this one now. Okay, previously we are having this table. Now just execute this. Now let's see what will happen. See, we got a message, change any part of object name could break the script and store procedure, obviously, right? So previously if the supplier is using in multiple store procedure or multiple views or object, right, if it has a references, definitely it will break down because the system won't find the old object, system will find the new object. Now what are we going to do? We are going to execute the query which we already executed. So this is the query which is basically using the suppliers. So just execute it. Now you will see the error. So what is that error? Error says invalid object name suppliers, which is obviously correct because we renamed the table. So whatever the data, whatever the string, whatever the indexes or anything would be there, it will automatically rename map to the new object. So just execute this and let's see what will happen. See, previously there was no table like supplier, but now we are getting the data with a table called as a supplier because we already renamed it. Now if I come back here and if I try to execute it, I would see there's no object like supplier. So what I'm going to do, I am going to rename it again back. So suppliers to supplier, right? So just revert it back like this, and let's see, the warning will definitely get. And now if I come back and if I execute the query which was showing error, now it will get executed and it will give me the data without any error, right? So this is the way. Okay, fine. Now I'm going back to run the same query again, which was the earlier object, so it will again show me the error, right? So this is the way, you guys understood how to rename a object in a SQL Server. You can rename the store procedure, you can rename the table, you can rename the view, you can rename the column inside the table. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed a short video related with how to rename the different object in a SQL Server. If you like our video, please don't forget to share and subscribe with your friend, and thanks for watching and giving us love through the comment section. And thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.